The couple didn't even look at him. They simply shoved him aside, dropped into his reserved seat, and ordered him to fetch drinks like he was hired help. Guests laughed, phones lifted, and when he calmly explained it was his seat, Victoria sneered, "People like you don't sit with us." Her husband called security. The humiliation spread across the party like wildfire. But the man they tried to degrade was the one person who held their company's fate and their future. Between his fingers, the rooftop gala shimmered with pretended elegance. Champagne bubbling, cameras flashing, guests laughing a little too loudly. Malik Rivers stepped toward table 9, glancing at the engraved name cards until he found his own. He preferred entering quietly, unnoticed, avoiding the attention that came with wealth. Power was quieter when it didn't need introduction. But Bradford and Celeste Hawthorne didn't see power. They saw someone to belittle before Malik reached his chair. Celeste slid into it with theatrical confidence. Bradford dropped into the seat beside her, stretching as though reclaiming a throne. "Sorry, buddy," Bradford said. "These seats are taken." Malik glanced at the card in front of her. "That's my place," Celeste smirked. "Relax. If you're staff, the catering entrance is downstairs. We don't need drinks yet." A few guests overheard and chuckled. Someone whispered, "He must have wandered into VIP." Another murmured, "Security should really scream better." Malik kept his tone calm. "I'm not staff." Celeste tapped her phone impatiently. "Then show your invitation. Guests of this tier don't just appear. If not, I'm calling security." Bradford plucked Malik's name card off the table and tossed it aside. The thin rectangle scraped across the marble. "Don't pretend you belong here." "This table's full." Malik's jaw tightened. But he remained steady. He retrieved the discarded card and placed it back on the table. Celeste's brow lifted. Bold, but pointless. Phones rose around them. People filming, people whispering. The humiliation grew like a flame. Malik's phone buzzed 3 times. "Your microphone check is ready. Keynote begins in 14 minutes. Foundation chair is waiting." He locked the screen. Bradford waved over a guard. "We've got someone in a restricted area. Take care of this." The guard approached Malik cautiously. "Sir, I need to see credentials." Celeste smiled triumphantly. "He won't have any." Malik handed over his embossed invitation. Bradford snatched it. "He probably stole this." "Happens all the time." The guard hesitated. "Mr. Hawthorne, this, remove him," Bradford snapped. Celeste added, "And make sure he's banned from future events. We don't tolerate people pretending to be guests." Several guests nodded in agreement. Malik exhaled slowly. "Your assumptions are steep." Celeste scoffed. "Reality is reality." "You don't fit here." Phones continued filming. A table across the terrace began live streaming. Malik checked the time. 11 minutes until the keynote. "Very well," he said softly. Celeste clapped lightly. "Good. He finally understands his place." But Malik's exit was not defeat. It was timing. He walked away quietly, letting their confidence inflate just enough to burst later. The Hawthorns settled into the stolen seats, basking, these social climbers. Celeste muttered, "Always pushing boundaries." "Everyone here knows who matters," Bradford added. They didn't notice the subtle shift in the room. Conversation softened. The orchestra stopped mid-piece. The event director stepped onto the stage. "Ladies and gentlemen," she announced, "please welcome the primary sponsor of tonight's gala, and our keynote speaker, Mr. Malik Rivers." The entire terrace erupted. Chairs scraped back. Gasps shot through the air. Phones rose instantly. The Hawthorns froze in place, horror spilling across their faces. Celeste's grip tightened around her glass. Bradford looked as though the ground had collapsed beneath him. Malik walked to the podium with calm authority. The kind earned, not performed. To those recording, Malik began. You've captured tonight with impressive accuracy. A tremor swept across the audience. Celeste shrank into Malik's stolen seat. Bradford hid behind his hand. Malik scanned the crowd. This evening is about building futures. Scholarships, opportunity, dignity. His eyes found the Hawthorns. But some believe their wealth gives them permission to decide who deserves respect. A murmur rolled across the terrace. He lifted his discarded name card moments before this speech. A couple took my seat, not by error, but with intention. They believed I had no place among you. Bradford whispered, "Please, not here," Malik continued, ironically. The chair they sat in belonged to the investor their company has been chasing for 8 months. Shock detonated. Celeste's hand covered her mouth. Bradford's face drained entirely. The event director looked horrified. Guests shifted away from the couple. Malik held up a sleek document folder. Tonight, I was meant to finalize a partnership that could have secured hundreds of jobs. Instead, I learned how easily dignity is discarded when arrogance takes control. Celeste gasped, "Mr. Rivers, please." Malik didn't raise his voice. Respect cannot be optional, not for you, not for anyone. He set the folder on the podium. As of now, the Hawthorne proposal is withdrawn permanently. Chaos erupted, whispers, shouts, phones recording every trembling expression. Malik stepped away from the microphone, giving the room a final look. The crowd parted as if recognizing true authority for the first time that night. He passed directly by the Hawthorns. Celeste choked out, "Yeah, we didn't know." Malik paused only long enough to answer. "That is exactly the problem." He walked off the stage, leaving 2 people who once felt untouchable facing the consequences of their own arrogance and an audience, witnessing the collapse of everything they pretended to be.